Hi everyone, and welcome to A Few Minutes for the Future. This is a place where we showcase innovation. So come along as we take a few minutes to explore, a few minutes to inspire, and a few minutes to dream big things. So thanks for tuning in, and remember, the future will be here before we know it, and together we can make it great. Hi everyone, and welcome back to A Few Minutes for the Future. My name is Craig Miller, and today I want to explore another one of the amazing advances in computer technology that we've been looking at that would at some point help us to create machines that can do things on the fly. In other words, we can tell it what to do and it can learn on itself how to do it. And the reason this is so amazing is because they do it in a virtual world where they can practice. And practice makes perfect, as we all know, of course. But this is a brainchild of a group called OpenAI, which is a group out of California. And they have created an algorithm that mixes the actual hardware with the software. This algorithm is called Dactyl. Now, Dactyl uses a machine learning technology called reinforcement learning, which has allowed computers and artificial intelligent machines to actually win in incredibly complex games like Go and Jeopardy and things like that. But the reason this is so important is because it allows the machine, in this case a hand, to actually practice manipulating a cube like this so that you can ask it what to do. But what's incredible about this is they can actually have the machine practice for the equivalent of 100 years in just a couple of days, which is amazing to me. And so people like this Alex Ray of OpenAI came up with this incredible new software and neural network that allows this virtual world for the machines to actually practice. Now, what they had to do within this virtual world, of course, was make it as realistic as possible. For you and I, moving this around is easy, and you've all seen computers and robotics that do, everything from cars to whatever machines. But this is actually something that they teach it how to do. They ask it what to do, and it has to figure out in its own way the best way to do it. And so the ramifications of that are incredible, because you could have a machine that's on a job site or in space or wherever, and you need it to do a certain thing. Well, you tell it what to do, turn on this neural network, this open environment that it can practice in, and in a matter of a couple days, it's just amazing what they can do by bridging this reality gap and allowing it to practice and do all the things that would make it important on what to do with these. So what I'm saying is that this technology is right in the middle of what we will take for granted in the future. This was detailed in a story by Will Knight of the MIT website called Technology Review, and it's just an incredible article that I read a couple months ago in July that is really opened my eyes to the ability by which software engineers and hardware engineers, with just basic things like a robotic hand and a camera, and then again this neural web, that they can create this environment. It can actually learn, and it can actually create the environment needed to move this cube, or something much more complex like creating an escape route for an astronaut in space, or rescuing somebody just by verbal commands. And you might not need 100 years to practice doing that. In fact, it would take me a lot longer than 100 years to become a ballet dancer, let's say, or whatever. And obviously 100 years for a human is way beyond our lifespan. But by doing this neural network that replicates the real world and doing it in such a speeded up fashion, you can imagine the ability for a programmer and someone to ask this machine to do a task and it figures out how to do it. So once again, I am just so thrilled to be right in the middle of this. I know this technology will be commonplace in 5 to 10 years. They'll figure this thing out. But with you and I watching these videos and creating this reality for ourselves of learning about this, it really does make for a very interesting couple of years down the road, because as these engineers have been saying in this piece, which I highly encourage you to read, of course, and we'll be linking that story to this video as we always do, but it's the ability to create the atmosphere, to create the environment in which it needs to learn. That's what's really cool, and that's what's, I think, is the key here. So no matter if it's just moving a box like this to a certain letter or whatever, no, that's not it at all. It's just creating the ability to do these things. So once again, I'm excited to bring this to you. I certainly hope you will encourage you to sign on to this and subscribe to the channel. That way you know when the next video is coming down the road. So thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. And until next time, we'll say bye for now. Take care.